Hi Gemini, here is a general look at your solar chart for May 2016, and this is Diana reporting to you from a camper van somewhere in Europe. I thought it might be good to speak to you about the planet Uranus before I get on to the more everyday aspects for the month. The planet Uranus has been actually for a while in a really good angle to your sun sign. It came into that angle in 2011. It will leave in 2018, so it's roughly 7 years. And for you Geminians, Uranus is in an opportunistic and highly progressive area, opening the way to you achieving long-held hopes and dreams, and helping you to recreate your group associations and friendships. That could be a manifestation of it, but in general it's a very progressive area. It helps you to get the ball rolling on a new level, with a new understanding. Advice or shared experience will expose you to new concepts. Now these could be technical, some of them, because Uranus rules science and technology. It also rules astrology, astronomy, off-planet beings, UFOs, anything fringe, anything that's the coming thing, if you've got that sort of mind to kind of that futuristic mentality, to kind of get it, and often you Geminians do. This transit here is, as I say, opportunistic. You have to reach out and make something of it, but it is definitely in your favor. Advice and shared experience will open up your mind. Maybe you join a group. That would be a really good thing to do, actually. Maybe you become part of a group by just accident, really. You could be changing your mental perspective and intellectual approach because of the influence of that group or the influence of those different thinking people, and you will be making new friends. And for some of you, of course, Uranus here helps you to tap into the much higher levels, the higher centers, shall we say, and maybe gleaning information from there. Now, as Uranus is a revolutionary, you may feel ready for change or even be being downright rebellious, and people that have known you before may wonder at that and be puzzled by that, and eyebrows may be raised, and others see you as being quite unconventional or maybe a little bit dotty, and maybe you are, but hey, depending on your age. I mean, I don't think I care much anymore, really. Growing old disgracefully. Yes, I think I'll do that now. So you can be seen as unconventional, just maybe a bit bizarre, really, in what you're doing to the minds of others. But that is kind of irrelevant, because this is a time for you to get freed up in certain ways with this Uranian transit. Another manifestation might be that friends or associates themselves may be getting into new stuff, because if you're a bit of a stick in the mud, and not many Geminians are, but if you are, because some are, or some are in certain areas, not in others, then that might be you raising your eyebrows. But with Uranus here, don't miss the chance to take a leap, into the wild, raw, primitive part of you, because Uranus is actually really trying to free you up and to get you to sink in with all levels of yourself. Now, changes can be unsettling, and you find that those friends or that group doesn't do it for you anymore. Or maybe it's the other way around. Maybe you're the one that disappears, and people are looking around saying, well, where did she go? Now you see him, now you don't, sort of thing. Or now you see her, now you don't. This is a favorable transit for you from Uranus, anyway. And if you remain mentally flexible and able to construct a sentence, mentally flexible and adaptable Uranus is going to be opening your eyes to new horizons. And that can be within yourself, outside of yourself, literally broadening your horizons mentally, physically, emotionally, in all ways. But also could really bring, you could cross paths with beings, people, situations, whatever you want to call them, that will blow your mind with Uranus here. And Uranus here as well is good for you to join in with the sorts of groups and activities that are at the cutting edge of something, very much so. Now then, information technology. I didn't mention information technology. Networking and social media are also very positively highlighted, so you could do well by working through those and getting your head around, the sort of the equipment, etc. Now, for the regular stuff, it's a bit introspective for you up until the 21st anyway, Gemini, because we've got the Sun, Mercury and Venus all in a background area. But so this is time for you to be beavering away, getting things ready behind the scenes, whatever it's about. There could be a variety of things which are interesting, but you are not ready for the grand reveal, really, I would say. Things are being fixed, things are being maintained, things are being, you're providing a service, maybe others are providing you a service. Things are being sorted out with the Sun and Mercury and Venus here behind the scenes. Okay, Mercury is working from deeper levels. You can zone out more easily. You can just flick into your imagination, or harking back to the past, or this tapping into these other kind of realms or musings. Imagination working really well for those of you that work with your imagination, the artistic ones amongst you, and you just being in a bit of a bubble. So it might be in a small group with a small group of others who are specialists in their field. You might go somewhere for nurture and healing. It might be like that. Or it might be that you are doing more activities which take you out of yourself, take you out of your normal everyday survival mind, and this would be a very, very good time to do that, whether that's listening to music, walking, doing meditation, reading a good book, whatever it is. Mercury is retrograde, so maybe you'd have to sit down and wait and read a good book. Because Mercury retrograde does mean that people take longer to get back to you, or there can be delays and you've got to postpone or change travel plans, things like that. Or if it's not like that, you've just got to think things through more thoroughly, dot the I's, cross the T's. It can be a little bit like that. And then after the 22nd, things tend to sort of start speeding up again. And then the Sun moves on the 21st, Venus moves on the 21st, and they both go into your sign, which is a much more powerful outward expression for you for the rest of the month. And great for relationships, boosting your love life, you feeling more up for social activities, feeling more relaxed, maybe mixing and mingling successfully, picking up bits of info, maybe you and another enjoying each other's company, and feeling more feeling of goodies in the pipeline coming towards you. Now, Mars is also retrograde all month, and that tends to make the action, mute the action of Mars. So if you have to do something which is, initiate something very strongly or confront somebody on something, try not to do it whilst Mars is going retrograde. Get yourself organized, get your tools sharpened and ready, your weapons even, if you like, sharpened and ready, but don't do the major advance, I wouldn't have said. So it's more of that kind of behind the scenes feeling and preparation feeling, even with Mars as well. But Mars's position emphasizes the practical side of things. So that being of service, that maintaining thing, that getting things sorted and organized, and maybe related to health and health providers as well for some of you, co-workers, the job, that kind of thing. Okay, so getting yourself sorted, but treading water a little bit there over things maybe. And then from the 28th, Mars moves back into a more spontaneous, fun sort of area for you, more connected to children, maybe. That's from the 28th of May, and that'll be in there for quite a while, over the whole of June. Now, that brings out the more fun side of things, and could connect you more with children, as I said. Now, the long-term position of Saturn in your opposite sign, Sagittarius, is ultimately constructive for you, but you will have to scrutinize harder what is working for your significant other, and how that compares with what is working or not working for you, and then just try and find a middle way, really. But it has to be said that for some, during a Saturn transit in the opposite sign, if a relationship is flagging and failing anyway, this can be the breaking of that relationship. On the other hand, many people go the whole way with a relationship and make a formal commitment to somebody when Saturn is going through. Saturn likes formality, and at times you can feel frustrated by another. You can be asking yourself, why me? What have I ever done to them? But the underlying reasoning here is that, okay, well, maybe you should look into what has been your familiar standpoint or point of departure in relationship, and say, hang on a minute, maybe that isn't very grown up of me. I mean, in some cases, you know, it might be like that, or maybe where they're coming from is a place that I don't really understand. So yeah, and things like that can be coming up. You know, a partner might be going through difficulties, and then the knock-on effect is you've got to take more on your shoulders. It can be like that. Another way it can work is that you don't have that partner, or you don't have that close relationship that you really yearn for. And this is another sneaky thing that Saturn does. And so therefore we get to know ourselves better, or we should be getting to know ourselves better. And then once we realize that we are worth a lot more than maybe we thought, or maybe we were made to think in a previous relationship, that we now deserve something a heck of a lot better, and then we pull that very much improved quality relationship towards ourselves. That is another way this can work. You Geminians born the 1st to the 6th of June with 12 to 16 degrees rising are going to feel that energy the most. And what I should have said as well is it doesn't necessarily have to be in the love department. It might also be in business type partnerships or relationships that you have with others as well. Now, Jupiter is at the root of your chart until next September, highlighting expansion related to your place on the map. So you might be traveling more. You might be getting access to environments or venues that you prefer. You might be expanding or making additions to the home in some way. If you are buying, selling at this time, it would be good. Yeah, it would be good. And you could do well from that. If you feel cramped or restless where you're located, you could make the changes that give you, I don't know, just give you a feeling of more space, or literally more space, or indeed another way this could work is there's more people coming into the home, so you have to accommodate them in some way, or you know, you have more going on around you anyway in the home. You Geminians born from the 1st to the 5th of June or the 12th to the 15th degrees rising will feel this energy the most at this during this forecast period. But yes, you can really get into lovely spaces and places and locations. It inclines you in that direction with Jupiter here. And during the long transit of Neptune, through your career area. Remember to respect and honor your own goals in life and integrate the practice of higher service as often as you are able and in whatever supportive ways you can. It's more likely you become a facilitator for others, a supporter of others. You may have to sacrifice sometimes your own methods, your own preferred style, but that's the thing about Neptune. Neptune's not about ego. Neptune's about being there for our brothers and sisters and any other being as well. And you Geminians born the 31st of May or the 2nd of June or with 11 to 12 degrees rising, going to feel that energy the most this month. And that's it for May. If you want to read this stuff, it's written up on my website, DianaGarland.com. And if you know your moon sign or your rising sign, listen to those. And I'll see you the next time.